Hello? Are we live?
We live?
We're live? Hello.
Hello.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Game 3, the deciding and final match of the Southeast Asia Regional Qualifiers for TI8. TNC Tigers versus TNC Predator. One of them will make it, and one of them will be sent home. End of the road for them and their TI8 hopes and dreams. As we have got quite the matchup indeed. Some signature heroes. The big one from, of course, Tigers being the fact that 1437 gets this silence. So we've seen this pretty much banned out, I want to say, every game today against Tigers. They get it this time around. And Predator, they've got their Arm Out Bloodseeker. They've got their Raven Razor. These and their Sam HP. But a lot of things to be worried about if you're against that too.
Whoa. Oh, okay. Never mind. I clicked on Cuckoo for a second. Cuckoo's going mid. He's got mid items.
Yeah, he has got mid items.
He's just got. They're just looking to pull him as much as possible. Just keep. They're just trying to pressure and enable Armel. It looked funny. I was like, wait, Cuckoo's back. He's back, baby.
I think it's someone forgot to tell him he's not playing mid.
Oh, they stand on high ground.
Oh,
they're reading the move.
Tigers fight. They fight man. Zephyr.
What?
The shots.
Wait, what?
The shots. Save his buttocks.
What? Yeah, me too, Armel.
Normally.
We need a JJ replay.
We got to get the JJ replay.
That was
on that.
5-man Axes, I think 4 or 5-man Riptide.
And then the shards.
Tigers was going to get absolutely decimated in that situation, and the shards actually get. It looked like it pushed 3 people.
Perfect shards I've ever seen.
But now
they may still get something.
They're looking to get something else.
They're not going to get something.
But they can.
Right, where's this replay out then? Let's check this out. What we got?
That was
those shards, pixel perfect.
I want to see if I think it was 5-man Axes and 5-man Riptide. That was just the dream for Predator. I can't believe those shards pushed them out perfectly.
The battle begins.
Let me see.
The 4-man Riptide.
4-man Riptide, but shards.
The shard.
Okay.
Jeez.
Beautiful.
Zephyr.
So 2 for 2 bounty runes. It looks like we're getting. And what lane matchups are they wanted? They want Razor to be versus the Omni Knight, of course, and they want that Beastmaster and Skywrath to be pressuring the PL. So they're going to try to get that matchup. Sam H sitting there waiting till they find out the lanes. He's staying on the high ground, just waiting. Armel wins the block in mid again. He won the block last time too. So we'll be able to get that advantage on the last hits at the start. And they've got the lanes they want.
Here we go.
This will ensure that the PL in your dream doesn't get pressured as hard because he's in a tri-lane up top rather than a dual lane down bottom versus a Skywrath Beastmaster, which is, that's Skywrath Beastmaster's favorite. But it's going to be, I'm looking at this mid matchup again, and I feel like we're going to have some similarity come out, at least in that one. The Bloodseeker versus Death Prophet.
And no doubt about it, Armel should find quite the advantage here in this 1v1.
Top Tigers has some pretty good kill threat, though.
Yeah, already. Cuckoo, he's in trouble. He's blocked up. He's taken down. Bam. Bam.
Gained. Did you see what he tried to do? He tried to place his branch and push himself out of the shards. I'm almost positive he tried to do it.
I don't think you can do that.
But I think he tried it.
I don't. Was it? I mean, he did. I don't know. He tangoed it pretty quickly.
He did tango quick. It looked like he tried it initially. I don't know.
I mean, I guess it would work. I don't think it would work if you get the tree down after the shards, but if you get the tree down and then the shards come down after, because I don't know if can you really push yourself out with the tree placement. I don't think you can. Surely won't let you place a tree on where you're actually standing. I've
seen weirder.
I mean, maybe you never know. Maybe it's possible. It would be very hard to do.
It would be cool.
Yeah. It would be.
Either way, he does die. They get the 2 int on the silencer.
All right.
But I mean, it's actually worse in the mid lane. Much worse than last time. 12 and 11. Oh, he missed. Sorry. 14 and 10. I thought he was going for a deny. He just gets the last hit.
This is pretty rough indeed for 4-5-8.
Yeah. Cuckoo again.
Oh, got a CS. Indeed, they get a kill. A second kill onto Cuckoo.
Securing their PL's farm.
Securing their silencer int. This mid lane it's going to be a slow start for 4-5-8, as expected. But as you say, it's certainly a little rougher this time around. 20 to 11 against 6 for 0.
Is Beastmaster getting any farm? Oh, career. That was scary.
Yeah, they nearly lost that there. Up top,
MH.
they do have the shards and the snowball. A good amount of control. It's going to be another +2.
He's got stick charges, but he is low. That means Armel is happy. 100 base damage on Bloodseeker in mid. But they are, I mean, Beastmaster's not really getting any farm up here. And they're racking up that in. +6. That being said, Raven is free farming down bottom versus that Omni Knight. But Omni, since he's in his safe lane, can get something.
Not another
again.
+2. Oh,
The shards again.
now these shards from Zephyr have been absolutely perfect. Each and every time. He will pay with his life. Maybe the Fairy Fire. Oh,
4 HP.
oh, he's going to live. No,
No, he's not.
the axes are there. Sam H gets him. But not bad for Silence, you know.
This allows Armel to... Oh, okay. He's considering diving.
He's close.
Whenever they get these people low, this is going to allow Armel to just keep the... Dude, he's almost level 6. He's halfway to 6, and this is just about to be level 4 Death Prophet.
Oh, that's yeah. It's a tough one for 458.
It's a trade-off, right? You're like, we need to make sure that our PL has a great time. 458, you're tanking it, man.
I mean, it really does feel like this Bloodseeker is just having too much of a good time. Like, sure, as you say, like the trade-off, it doesn't seem even. Like, you would much rather prefer to have this Bloodseeker doing as good as he is, rather than having this top lane. Because sure, it's nice. The Silence is getting some intellect. That ain't gonna save you when this blood-hungry lad just runs at you.
Yeah.
That's gonna have very early item timings.
And Cuckoo gets an Arcane Rune and makes 458's life even more miserable as he gets sewn off in the wave. And yeah, Armel is level 6 versus a level 4 Death Prophet.
Dire are scanning.
That's a 2-level difference for those out there.
Very nice, Owen. Very nice. Cuckoo being chased. Again, the Arcane Curse comes out, but Armel is here this time.
Oh, deny yourself to Roche. Okay.
He's dodging the Blood Right.
Yeah, that's nice.
Buying time.
Keep them to Roche. Oh, he didn't do it. Let's Armel get the kill. Down bottom. Okay. Keeping himself out away from Raven.
TPs to the shrine. Good efficiency. But who got the runes?
Yeah, this mid. Oh, who did this?
Three for Tigers, 1 for...
Okay. This mid lane and this bottom lane looking pretty damn hot for Predator.
Yep, looks like a big 2-lane win for Predator and a 1 lane that's getting pretty shut down. I mean, Sam H isn't really last hitting up here at all.
Yeah, it's working out how Tiger's planning this lane. In Dream's getting farmed.
Cuckoo.
Target. Cuckoo getting run down. And looking for that +2.
See it?
I got it. More in to boot for Mr. 1437. It may cost him the PL's life. As DP's got in on all.
They don't know which one it is.
Don't breathe.
Now they do.
Okay. Thank God. They do find him with that rotation from Armel.
I mean, 1437's got 10 in.
He's got 10 in.
But this Omni and Death Prophet, they are suffering.
10 in it's like 1,000 gold.
This is true. How much? I wish you could see how much people have lost. I mean, Cuckoo's lost 8.
Cuckoo's
we know
lost
that.
8, and Sam H has lost 2.
Okay, well, that was easy.
I believe.
That was easy.
I may have just made that up, but it sounds correct.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, let's see. One lane next. It's bottom. Cuckoo on the prowl.
There's no repel levels.
Should be...
High lane.
Should be fine. They don't want to dive. Top lane, oh no. Not another +2.
It is.
They got it. Oh. 1437, 12 in.
Smart man.
That's 7 minutes in. I mean...
Can they make anything of that
pretty
int, though? Because they are getting heavily punished on the sides.
Rush E-Blade, and that int translates to damage. That's the way you got to go. We'll see what he does, dude, because he's probably not going to rush E-Blade.
Miracle just flamed me, by the way.
Me?
No, me.
Oh, good.
You cannot do Iron Branch to push yourself out of shards.
Yeah, see, I was right. I have the same intelligence on the game of Dota 2 as Miracle. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here, as confirmed by me himself. Thank you, Miracle, for backing me up. Appreciate that.
I've seen weirder, though.
We all have seen very, very strange things go on in the world of Dota 2.
Feeling shock.
Never quite be sure what could happen.
I've seen people push themselves on cliffs with iron branches, so...
No. Is that possible?
Mid.
I'm gonna need a miracle fact check on that one. Mid lane, snowball out, onto arm out, in they go. They got him trapped in the shards. Bam, that's another +2. They're gonna get another +2.
Is he in range?
Oh,
he
get
wants
in
it.
range. Oh, he wasn't in range.
He wasn't in range.
He wasn't in range. Oh, we're gonna have to remake. No. Didn't get the int.
Punching back though. Kills that they desperately need to get. Who got it though? Zephyr did. Not the Death Prophet. 458 really. It happens. Raven now pushing KYXY out of the lane. And yeah, I've seen people like the remember the Veno Ward jungle thing where you push yourself onto the hill? I think they might have changed it, but
I remember
do the
when
Veno Wards and then you
used
ward.
to push Roche up on the cliff, couldn't you?
You could do a lot of weird things.
What was that? Was that with the cogs or with
You
the
could do it with
sprout?
Clockwork Cogs and Sprout.
You can't do it anymore, though.
I don't think you can do it
You
anymore.
can't push him over. I mean, secretly, Miracle's watching going, oh, yes, you can. You're waiting.
He's just telling us that's what we say
until TI,
He's just saying
Liquid going to be shoving Roche all over the place.
He's like, got him to say it. Now we know that we can iron,
Actually, yeah, can we trust? I don't think we can trust Miracle.
He could be lying.
He was like, my goodness, they're onto us. They know the secret. Push yourself out of shards, strapped with the GG branch.
Don't trust us.
We better send them a message saying it doesn't work.
I believe it.
Don't start using
I doubted myself when I said it anyway.
I'm on to you, Miracle. Mid lane.
First exorcism.
Dire's structures
It will be set up nicely for this tower.
Dire's middle
Great
tower
recovery
is
coming out
under
for Death
attack.
Prophet. Armel, sure. Farming very good, but when they're able to group up and actually go for tower pressure,
And yeah, look how well
the
your
benefit.
dreams done off the back of this. This PL.
they want to
It's
fight
tough.
this though. Raven as well, but they're smoking over.
Goes down onto him. We've got the Zephyr touch from the side, looking for an opportunity to open up. Raven indeed with the wrap around and goes straight away. They've got the snowball coming across. Not going to be enough to save 458 surely, and indeed it did. 458 will fall. Can Tigers get kills in response? Sam H very low at the moment as In Your Dream looks to charge forward. They have the GA as well. We've got the Spirit Lance, pick up a double kill. He's moving in as well, chasing onto Armel. Armel still has the Arcane Curse upon him. So does Raven. As In Your Dream, he wants more, and he may just get it. Spirit Lance sound to them. Armel, that curse is going to tick for quite some time. We'll see if Armel is able to keep himself alive as he runs away. Tims chases towards 1437, has the net, has the control. He'll get cut down as Armel ready to come back in. Zoom. He'll get 1437 with the blood run.
Zoom. I like that. He really did just zoom right by as the blood rage popping. It looks really
It
funny.
was a drive-by. It's fantastic from Armel. As he's, 2-1-3. Didn't die to the Arcane Curse. Does have to be careful, when he's spamming out these blood rages in the fights and it's on him.
He actually blood raged himself as he was still being hit too. It looked a little scary for a moment. But they defend the tower. And they do get that 458 kill.
Is he still on 14 intellect, 1437? Did he steal anymore? Yeah, I got up to 16.
He's up to 16. Still
got-
pays boots as well.
And, he is. That right-clicking silencer. I mean, he certainly punches once he has the glaives on. At the moment, obviously no points in them yet. But when he does,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
going to be turning those brains into brawn. And smoke up
Nicely
now
done.
from Predator. 1437. Oh, there.
Goodbye.
He might stand a chance here. That was it. He didn't. K gets out though. He will.
Is under attack. Dire's top tower.
Now out of that, Tigers gets himself top tower, and they're going to get mid tower.
He's getting close to his defusal as well. In the dream.
Seems like a pretty good trade coming out for Tigers. Even though they lose their silencer and they're going to lose bottom tower, they're getting 2 out of it.
Sam H.
But mid, they actually are bringing in several heroes from Predator to make sure they don't lose that one. So now, kind of counteracts it a bit here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Just less than a 1k lead at the moment for Tigers. Very close between these two teams. Mid lane, they will get back in and will finish off the tower. There goes the way of In Your Dream.
6-1-4 on In Your Dream. He is all part of all 10 of their kills.
Yeah, the
Last hits are a
PL,
little suffering because of it, but he's moving around a bunch.
yeah, I mean, he's sitting comfortably at the top of the net worth. And top lane Tims. There's a history on Zephyr. Look for the connection with the shards. Won't quite find him. So Tims,
Got Song.
they're hunting him with the shards. The snowball. They dodge the song, meaning that they'll still get the stun. Tims, can he still make his way out in time? No, that's the question. He's back behind the tier 2 tower, but the curse will connect upon him. Let the mirror image out. remove such, and In Your Dream is there though. He's there with the chase down. Shards not going to cheer up in this time. Tim's will be able to get himself back to safety. They pop the ghost. So 458 will look to stand his ground and try and take this tier 2 tower.
They pop a early glyph too to keep their creep wave alive as well.
Dire's top tower is under
See if
attack.
TNC can do anything to stop this push from Tigers.
Having some even trades coming out though. Raven's also pushing down the tier 2 bottom at a similar pace.
Dire's top
And
tower
It will be a trade again.
He's going to get away with it. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, TP in from Silencer.
Almost a trade.
They're TPing into the shrine. They may have a good shot at killing him if Raven doesn't get himself straight out the shot.
He's fast. He's got pace from.
He is speedy indeed, and he does still have Armel by his side. Raven will be fine. Doesn't quite finish off the tier 2 tower, but he'll push sure to come back to clean that up pretty soon, as it does sit very low on the bottom lane.
Looks like they're waiting for them to separate a bit more here. Raven as well of Armel setting up a gank. Zephyr is aware of this though. He seems to know because that ward that they have on the bottom right as well.
Get that D ward there.
They're going to get D ward, and they know that Raven was sitting around the area too because the vision they had. Raven,
Let's go straight for the TP out. Do they have anything to stop it? They do not. Raven is away. Now, that's certainly one thing to bear in mind. Only the Tusk that can stop TPs this game.
Yep. Until they, I mean, yield death profits very soon too.
Sure. Yeah. That's yours is indeed done. 2600 on Armel on his way to Dubralic. And 1437 on the warded mission. Heads out, get a couple of wards down over this sort of farming area of the map, and they found Cuckoo. That should be an easy +2.
This is a scary time for the Phantom Lancer right now. PL has to just keep this aggression on because this is his peak timing when he's got this diffusal blade. Him and the Exorcism are their two big damage
Radiant's
outputs
top tower is under attack.
in these upcoming fights for TNC Tigers. Almost a mech on KYXY. Coming pretty good. Sam H is a lot more limited as the Beastmaster this time. Similar net worth, but he got punished a little bit more in the laning phase than the Omni.
On bottom, Cuckoo trying to go for an attempt onto Zephyr there with Mystic
Raven.
Flare. There's enough damage indeed in the jungle. Raven's been found out. Silence chased down. If they're ready for the kill, and they'll take it. More int for the Silencer. 1437's knowledge extends.
This is exactly what Tigers should be doing. Just keep playing aggressively. Use this PL at his big peak that they've got right now. And just, keep making the moves till that Bloodseeker has Radiance. They want to slow that down as much as possible. So once we see TNC Predators get their Radiance finished up, that's when we'll see them start smoking and looking for the fights. Because they're going to get their strength.
Yeah, that really is going to make a large difference against Tigers in team fights. That having the Radiance Bloodseeker, they're just able to sort of get 1437 out of the fight.
Yeah, it'll get 14-7 out of the fight, and they'll be able to know which one's the real PL is, limit his damage as well from that evasion.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Now the tier 2 bottom will finally drop. Raven securing that last hit.
Has fallen.
Smoke coming out from Tigers. Are they going to be able to catch one of the cores here? Quick, they'll just settle.
Cuckoo, he's having a rough one in terms of his int. He's, I think at least 6 of those 8 deaths have involved him losing into the Silencer.
He has 8 deaths.
Yep, it's rough.
Holy moly.
I guess his mana pool is still pretty fun because he's Sky.
Sure.
He's still got 100.
But he's down to 29 base int. Pretty low. Meanwhile, 1437's up to 67 base int.
67 int.
Not so bad. Relic is done on Armel if he chooses to buy it. Getting close to that Radiance. Sam H will be going for the Shadow Blade build as we've been seeing. You know, just wanting to be able to look for those pickoffs. We've seen this build so much. It's like either you go Medallion Shadow Blade or you go the Book 3 if you've got some type of push lineup that'll benefit into going for Roshans early on. This is all about just finding people split up around the map.
Zephyr. Level 6, level 10, level 11 now, 458. And in your dream, still farming away. Quite a treat as he keeps himself ahead of Armel.
So this one, we've said this for the last couple games, but this one should be closer with what we've got going on right now. The PL kind of staying a good amount ahead of the Bloodseeker, Death Prophet, and Razor, similar. Beastmaster, Omni, pretty similar in net worth too. Going to be a lot based on these decision makings and probably some Roshan fights. The Death Prophet, both sides have their own ways of taking Rosh. I think actually Predator might have a little bit better if they actually are all in the pit. I mean, Death Prophet ulti always kind of does like the most ridiculous amount of damage, but Beastmaster with the medallion plus Blood Rage does allow him to take Rosh pretty fast on the other side as well.
On the high ground. 40-37. I know that there was a ward there, but at the same time, that ward is just about to expire.
Radiance is done now for Armel. This is probably what we'll see. TNC Predator smoke and look to meet up with their Razor down bottom. I think Raven doesn't quite have the BKB yet, so they want to make a play around the Razor to protect him. They're actually going to bring the Razor as well. Okay.
Alright, going in as 5. That ward would have spotted that out, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what's
Dire's
up.
middle tower is under attack.
Especially if the Tigers want to try and find themselves in a position to strike back, knowing that the smoke is inbound.
See 1437's waiting for the situation to pop the global to try to counteract the aggression. They might be able to find DL here,
They
though.
are
Let's see.
They're kind of split up at the moment, Tigers.
Send the boar. They see the tusk.
Zephyr will get slowed down. Let's go towards him. Bloodbright is down. He's got a snowball. He won't even get the chance to use the roots there.
He tanks the gank.
Everyone else gets out.
Yeah. They had like 2 kind of traps set up so they would either kill the supports or 1437 just they pop global and they can either like TP out or disengage somehow. And Tusk eats that one. And now they know, I mean, they already probably did, but they know the Radiance is for sure out.
We have nearly got the, well, how's the Greaves looking on the Omni Knight?
He's pretty close. He's got the Mech and
close.
Arcanes. Close to recipe as well. Bounties are coming out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It will be 3 for the side of Tigers. I think they've claimed the majority of bounty runes this game too. And that will be almost a Manta style finished on PL. That's going to give him a lot more freedom in the fights because it still can be a little scary playing PL versus Skywrath and versus Bloodseeker. You get clipped by a silence. You know, it can be very scary. But now with Manta, it gives you a little bit safer. Raven's BKB looks to be the next timing for a smoke or for an aggressive play from Predator. They've got wards in, contesting the Rosh. That's the thing we were talking about, right? It's, they even place it right outside the pit. It's not the most normal ward that we used to see, but it's one that probably won't get dewarded since it is literally at the mouth of the Roshan pit instead of in those usual spots. It's starting to get pinged out. 1437, he's like, the Razor's down bottom. Make sure to secure the area around the Rosh pit. And they might look to actually just go in. Let's see.
Well, they've got the ghost, and with that would be a decent place to taking it. And there we have
Spotted immediately, though, by the ward.
Can the TNC Predator do something about this? Tigers fully into the pit. They do have the song.
They've got a medallion of their own to speed it up. The Naga is there. They've got to watch out for the sleep.
It's falling kind of quickly, Tim's. He's got to get over it soon with the sharp block. He's going to come out from the side. It doesn't matter. He's able to walk round. Roshan incredibly low. Can he do anything to steal it? He cannot. As Tigers take the Rosh, get the Aegis onto 458, and now look for the fight as Tim's will fall. TNC could not get into the pit.
Very nice shards. They see the Naga in position. They even throw the preemptive repel. So the Death Prophet's not song.
Now in your dream, he's looking for action, but he's going to get brought. He did not hold the Aegis. 458 was the one with the Aegis. In your dream, went in a little too far. Buybacks now going to be coming out from Cuckoo as he knows that there's chance for more out of this one. K will TP out straight away off the back of repel. But in your dream, getting a little too trigger happy after what could have been an easy take Rose, take Aegis, and back off. But sure, he got the kill on Cuckoo and such, but it cost him his life.
And now they're going to lose their tier 1 too. Yeah. That was very over-aggressive by the people. I thought he had Aegis.
I was going to say, I don't know if maybe he thought he had the Aegis. I
mean, there's no way.
No.
Because, I mean, they were slept while the Death Prophet grabbed it during a pelt. That was just a little overzealous. Just gets caught off guard.
And losing a bit of the momentum that they potentially could have. I mean, obviously they do still have the Aegis and such, and they will still have the timing to make a play off the back of it, but Predator, at least for themselves, able to shut down a bit of what Tigers tried to get going a little too abruptly.
Yeah, Cuckoo gets an aggressive ward down. Scouts out the movement on the shrine as well. Probably may even save the SAMH, who knows. Very costly for them. Yeah, sure, they get the Rosh and everything, but right after that, losing their PL, who was on quite a surge forward in this game.
And we'll see this again. As it looked like Predator might have been able to get towards it, but they sort of backed off.
Well, it was the shards kind of cut them up, and
but Tim's you can walk around those shards. You know what I mean? Like, he walks through.
Right?
Yeah,
like
yeah, I guess.
The repel comes out too, and the repel was super clutch to make sure DP's not slept. Raven has the BKB finished. Zephyr.
The shadow with a punch slow as well. Through it. Raven goes straight for the TPI. He's going to make it in time. He is.
Oh my god, he had like 50 HP or something. One more hit.
Very heads up play there from Raven. After that BKB and the punch was used, knowing that he just had to TP out and nothing would be there to stop him.
That was super close.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Still, Tigers able to push in on the mid.
They know which one the real one is. They're pinging it right now. SAMH has invised up. You see though, this Tusk Zephyr has the Blink Dagger finish, so he's ready to go for those counter initiations if one of their big cores get roared.
And those saves are going to be huge against the Blood Right, Rupture, Roar.
Dire's middle tower
They really
is
have
under
to
attack.
find some way of disabling that Tusk Predator. Otherwise, Zephyr will be there with a save pretty much every time.
They seem a bit afraid to take the fight. They're very close to Armel's BKB. They want that ideally before it does happen, but Tigers, they're looking to breach with this Aegis still.
There we go. Ghosts out, 458. Losing up. Tier 3 at half health. Predators need to push this off. They get the silent, get the control, 458 repelled. Breeze, pop, 458 fine for now. Back in, looking towards that tier 3. He's got the blink. Blink dodges the blood right.
They're trying to disengage smoke. They're trying to catch something here on the side of Predator.
Maybe they get 1437. SAMH, can he close the gap? The Sigil will be out, and the attempt slowing down as Zephyr. He'll time the kill. And he will. Oh, no, he won't.
Blink out.
The snowball into blink. He will not time the kill because he'll get out as well. Tigers get everybody out to safety.
And that was the smoke used for them to try to get catch off of that. That was a great seize of opportunity that coming in there from Tigers, knowing they still got Aegis. It looked like Predator's waiting for some timing here, so they forced the issue. At least almost get the tower. They get like 1,400 damage on it. SAMH will stop canceling the axis to try to catch the snowball, the blink beforehand, but unable to.
And we'll see this again, this close escape from Raven. 41 HP. Yeah.
Now in the mid, Raven steps forward a bit. Gonna get cursed, holding the BKB.
Jump in, 458. Yours, chance down as well. Cuckoo will be trapped up. Cuckoo will fall. Armel, they're ready to make the counterplay. The snowball will be there, keeping them safe from the blood right and rolling back to safety.
Armel gets completely oomed by those illusions from the PL, so he does have to back up. They don't want to fight when he's got no mana. And Cuckoo continues to be the sacrifice. 1 and 10 on this Skywrath. How much int does 1437 have now? 24. Okay. And that is a gem picked up. Nice and early on by Tigers.
It's nice and tidy little escape there from the Tusk. Snowball into the blink. Bam.
Bam.
Gets him out. Every time.
Now with this gem, Tigers looking to keep their map control. 4K advantage for them. Experience still going the way of TNC Predator, but very minimal. This gem will help them not allow SAMH to get that jump on them. He's been struggling a decent amount to get good roar targets, and now with versus a gem with the Shadow Blade, should be harder.
He And the roar.
Comes out.
Bell was already out. The snowball's there as well. There's the reactive play. 458 comes in with the two-man silence. And now Predator have to back off. Ghosts have been popped for this, so 458 does want to fight, but Tim's... It's got the song. It's just a song to allow the rest of his team to disengage, keep themselves away from that exorcism usage, and make sure that this one is a wasted one from 458.
Tim is making the executive call to not go into the fight. Armel threw the rupture down, and Tim's like, no, don't take this fight. Wait for exorcism to be done, then they can look to take an engagement.
New Dream's getting very close to having that heart online.
Yeah, he's very far in this game. 15k net worth compared to the 13k of that Bloodseeker. Keeping a solid 2k lead. They forced everybody on the side of TNC Predator down bottom. They're starting to bail out. Oh, almost gets netted on the TP out from the Tusk. But all of Tigers will get away. Predator just a bit too slow to find an opportunity again. They do seem to be, they seem to be struggling a bit. Like we see this Beastmaster Skywrath. One of the things we always talk about is like, you have the combo, right? The roar into the Mystic Flare. They actually haven't been able to get it off in any occasion. And we're already 30 minutes in. And now at this point, like they've got the blink, of course, we mentioned much earlier on the Tusk. So they've got the ways to save over and over again. And I'm pretty sure it's getting close to a BKB on Death Prophet on top of that repel that he's already had from the Omni Knight. So it's going to be really reliant on Armel as well as Raven and Tim's inside of these team fights and what control they can actually cause. Sam H and Kukla are really suffering to find those opportunities.
Also the 2-1 setup for free here. To find the fighting time. Indeed, in your dream, just getting further and further ahead on this Phantom Lancer. Yeah, they fantastic lane up top, which we saw. They did decide that Tigers to put a lot of emphasis on making sure he had a good lane, mid lane, bottom lane. It wasn't a great start, but it's paid off as it's sort of getting to this stage of the game because they do have this incredibly comfortable Phantom Lancer.
Yeah, I mean 3,000 health, and the AOE on the side of Predator is not really the greatest. They've got single target Beastmaster, single target Skywrath. Naga doesn't apply too much damage. It's really a lot on Bloodseeker. Like Razor, if you can link the right one, even if he doppels, if you're still in range, the link does follow the PL and whatnot, but your damage isn't really there to be taking out all these illusions in this incredibly tanky PL. They're looking a bit scary right now for Predator.
He's got the blade mail now, the lead star map.
Yeah, it can work well versus Death Prophet, mostly.
Still, but the PL is such an issue.
Yeah.
They need a couple more items on Predator to really have a solid chance of taking that in the dream of these fights.
Shivas will help a little bit. Raven actually has it finished up. They're initiating forward.
Yeah, they are. They're going with the snowball. Zephyr's gone right forward. The BKB comes out from Raven. The force is there in an attempt to get the Tusk back to safety. It'll work. They managed to force out a BKB charge from Raven.
They have to bail out the Tusk. He's got their gem. They don't want to lose that at this point in the game. You could lose a ton of map control there, and yeah, forcing that BKB. Sure, Raven's got Shivas, but 50 seconds till BKB's up. How long do we have for Roche? Roche is in 50 seconds. It's a little bit of a longer one. It's not super long, but it's
pretty much there.
40 seconds. So BKB will be up at the same time as that Roche spawns. Both teams will be ready to fight. The Predator, they are very afraid. While this BKB's on cooldown for Raven, they are actually just sitting in their base. And Samage, since they have that gem, does go back, get a Blink Dagger. I was thinking he might even sell the Shadow Blade, but that really hurts you, at least in value. But now he's got a way to actually start the fight, which he really was lacking on this beast with the Shadow Blade versus gem. And they find the PL. They saw him for a second. They don't know which one the real one is, though.
Can they hunt down the real one?
Oh, they're pinging it. They're pinging it.
Oh, it's kind of clearing out. Sam H, does he want to go for this? He jumps in, goes for the easier target, gets the roar out onto the Tusk, but the Tusk is forced back to the side. Grease popped as well, they're back up to full, and now the jump in. Tigers are ready for the play, ready for the fight. They take down the Beastmaster, now looking to surround Raven. Raven's popped the BKB, but he's taking a lot of damage from the Exorcism. GA popped out as well, as they could just move on. Tigers, no fear at all. Armel's TP gets cancelled by the punch, as Predator lose 2. And the Tigers, they can go straight back into the pit. The attempted initiation there from Sam. You see him jumping in. He knows he sort of has to go for the Tusk. Otherwise, whoever else he roars will get saved by the snowball. But the fact is, with the Greaves, with the forces in play, there's so much that each and every one of Tiger's lineup can do to save one another from that sort of roar initiation.
Yeah, I mean, he blinks roar.
Yeah.
Roar comes out, global hits. They can't follow up on the roar at all. And then they have to use defensive Naga Sleep to try to disengage with their BKBs. Looking scarier and scarier by the minute here. This Phantom Lancer is completely out of control. And they don't have an answer to this overwhelming team fight that TNC Tigers does have. They just don't feel like they just don't have enough team fight themselves to actually pierce through it. This Omni Knight just sits in the back, gets his spells up every time. Seems like they have to get these perfect type of initiations on Predator. Cuckoo.
That was a cheeky one they let out. Concussive before it TP's out. Living on the edge there, Cuckoo.
Yeah, it seems like now in these fights, they're going to have to try to find a way to disable both the Silencer and the Tusk.
Yeah.
Which is going to be very hard. I've been seeing Zephyr. Zephyr in this game, his positioning's been phenomenal. He's been standing pretty much on top of the PL or standing near them to make sure it's like, hey, you want to roar PL? I'm there for the save. Do we have any Lotus Orbs on Predator queued up? We do have a Lotus Orb finished on Tim's. Okay, so that's one of the ways, of course, to counter the global silence and all the silences that are coming out as well from DP. But still taking the fights, bringing down this PL. Does seem like it's just going to get more and more difficult as he gets tankier and tankier.
And they just have to get on to do with the see what Raven queuing up a Maelstrom on the Razor, just so they have some way of fighting through the illusion army of the Phantom Lancer.
Yeah, Armel is queued up Mjolnir as well.
Radiant's top tower has
They have to get something that's going to allow them to cut through this. Bottom lane, Tigers, 8k gold lead, 35 minutes in 18 to 9. And pushing on to a tier 2 tower. And so refreshes looting his lane.
They're going to force.
They're making the trade.
Tigers is going to force base. I mean, wait. Dire Glyph was used on the tier 2. Yeah, they can easily go high ground here.
And goes to straight out. They realize that they're in. 4-5-8 ready to go. Ready to push onwards, and that's a tier 3 gone.
I can't believe Predator is actually Glyph for the tier 2.
The Rats are in trouble. They've got to do something. Top lane, Sam H is going to go for the trade. He's going to go and try for the split push. Here's bottom. They're pushing on. They want to finish off this melee racks with the ghosts, and they should be able to do so. Sam H continue to try and find something in return, as they do get the melee racks Tigers. Now they look to back away. TNC, if they can cancel some TPs here, Sam H may get the racks. But it doesn't look like they can cancel that. 40-37's in Sam H. Boy, he can just really find up the kill. But the silent
global.
Instant reaction there from 40-37. That's going to mean that the roar can't come out. And 40-37 will be fine for now. Extra TPs on their way back as Sam H does bring the racks down low. But they're in. They defend. And they
got to get rid of the catapults.
They shouldn't.
And they will.
Yeah, they should be able to do so. They got the whole team pretty much back. 4 of them at least there to dispatch of the catapult. So I mean, Sally's certainly trying to make the best out of a bad situation, but a situation the Predators, you say, shouldn't have really found themselves in. Prematurely using the glyph, not having it for the high ground defense, they lose a melee racks.
Yep, it is a costly error, and Tigers capitalized on it right away.
Yeah.
Sam H almost gets the racks.
Yeah, he nearly made the best out of it.
He was mid-animation of the roar, and the bottom fight actually engaged, so Thiefman 1437 pops the global, and it's like a double benefit.
Yes.
Stopping that Beastmaster as well.
I mean, the question is there, was he silencing because of the Beastmaster, or was he silencing because of the fight?
Probably the fight.
You think because of the fight?
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, hang on, I just stopped you from killing me as well.
Yeah.
That's a bonus.
I mean, if Sam H didn't get greedy and get the Shadow Blade hit first, then he could have done the roar off from the invis. But he wanted that extra hit.
Ooh, and there's a full Skadi on In Your Dream on top of that Heart Tarask.
All right, that's like a 3,800 HP or more. Easy.
How are these Maelstroms looking on the cause?
37-31 without the Aquila. Maelstrom should have been finished on Razor if he has the gold.
He does, but I think buyback as well is something that's popping into his mind.
His attack speed is not the greatest either. He
He's
has
got
no
to get
attack speed
25,
items.
doesn't he, until he,
Yeah.
when he gets to 25, then he's got some.
Then he's got attack,
pretty
but right now he's
pretty
got
nice
like
attack speed.
he's got no attack speed.
Oh yeah. At the moment, it's not going to be great.
And they're sieging.
Top tower is under attack.
Looking for the second set as the ghosts are back up and out. 4-5-8.
Look at the positioning from the three quote-unquote supports. We'll call Omnia support here. Look at how they're split
so
up.
much safe.
Look, one all the way in the back, the other one kind of in the middle so he can get in range with the blink, and the Omni just all the way in the back.
It seems flawless. The sort of the push that they can go with now because of all these saves. Range
Going
rap's
back.
gone. They do manage to get him, but the GA's out straight away. Raven pops the BKB. That was in your dream, but in your dream's ready to move forward. They managed to get, well, the Tusk trapped him on the back line. Sam H. And Sam H will go down. It will buy back straight away, but they've lost Cuckoo. Cuckoo does not have buyback. Tim's with the song.
Oh my god.
Saving
close.
Raven for now, but the racks will surely still fall as the song will end. As in your dream, 4-5-8, the whole team of Tigers ready to push in, take that melee racks. Tims goes forward with the net. Self-fuels up from the DP, keeping us safe from the axes as Armel's trying to get in, but the army of PL Illusions just taking away his mana. Tigers cleaning out that top set of racks. Now a 15k gold lead in a series where they could be knocking out of the running for a TI8 spot TNC Predator. The team tipped to be the favorites coming into this matchup after a very impressive sort of showing this DPC season, qualifying for numerous lands. But the new guys in town, TNC Tigers, in this game 3 so far, just look to have outsmarted them, outwitted them.
Predators, they tried to get the wraparound too, but 4-5-8, he just held his ground versus 3 heroes in the front line while his back supports are kind of just fighting and doing just fine anyway. And now Predators, this feels like it's a desperate smoke. They're trying to catch Tigers out of position with their ultis down. Can they actually do so though? Tigers looking to claim high ground, standing near their shrine as well. They want this fight to come to them now. And Predators start to get a bit afraid of it, and it's obvious now. All 3 lanes pushing in. Tigers, they already were very aware of it. Now they're absolutely sure. This Death Prophet who suffered so much in the laning phase, so much at the start of this game. The recovery. 3-1-6, 4-5-8.
Look at Cuckoo, but Cuckoo got friends.
Uh-oh.
The Linkers, they've got the roll to go through and he's gone.
I cursed him. In your dreams in though.
Does have a double damage, so now Sam H, he's got to get the heck out of there, and he will do so. TP out will keep him safe. Raven does still have the BKB and TP himself.
But they got the punch.
They do indeed. He can't go for the TP play. Zephyr actually not looking to chase him now. He needs to get back in there, and he will. Blinks in, bam, there's the punch to get Raven. They may have lost the DP, but again, the trades just continue to favor Tigers. They lose the Death
Absolutely.
Prophet. They take a Razor +1. They get the Cuckoo Sky off as well.
I mean, that was the... I absolutely cursed the Death Prophet, right? 4-5-8 was having an excellent time. Still, they're in a very comfortable spot, though. 40 seconds till the Ghost Lady does respawn. And I like the Zephyr's play there, too. Like, he could have maybe stayed in range of the Razor, but then he gets hit by Shivas and whatnot. He actually backs up, outranges himself, and then, yeah, that blinks back in to get the punch. Can Predator hold? It doesn't seem like it. Now they have to go through a global Guardian Angel. So KYXY could be positioned anywhere. How long we got for Roche? We got 115 on Roche. I don't see Predator taking a fight into that Roche pit. Sounds extremely difficult. They're now just kind of stuck in their base while the Tigers just keeps farming up. Getting some luxury items. Tusk with boots of travel. That's lovely. And Predator find anything. They're smoke. I mean, they're shadow blading out with Sam H. I don't even believe they have a smoke remaining on their hero since they used quite a lot of those. Try to get the catches out.
Did Armel pick up the full Mione? Or was he saving for buyback?
He's saving.
He's saving.
He got level 20. He took the rupture damage again.
Yep.
Radiant are scanning.
Still holding on to that gold.
20 seconds. Can they keep their lanes down in a good spot? Tims has been manipulating the bottom wave with illusions for a bit, so they're trying to get these lanes out so they can try to take this Roche fight. BKB also finished for Sam H. Can he find the right jump, though? It's seeming so difficult. There's so many targets that they have to try to go for in these fights. The Tusk, the Silencer, the Omni. Just seems so powerful as these support heroes.
And we have Zephyr. Finds the jump. Immediately in with the punch. They're on to Cuckoo. Cuckoo's gone. And buyback available on him. The ghost out from 458 as well as he's in straight into the middle of the fight here. He went right in. He's got the cheese. He's back up to full. Amel popping the BKB as well as Raven. They've got the song as well from Tim to allow them to back off.
This Death Prophet has no fear.
She went straight into the midst of them all. Cheese has been popped by herself. And now ready to try for the high ground with the remainder of the ghost. The fortification popped by Predator. TNC Tigers, they're ready. They jump in. Playmail's out and Armel. They'll turn with the net onto Zephyr, removes it with loads of sword. In your dream straight away and onto the target. They've got the lockdown as well. Can Raven get a good static link off? He's on to In Your Dream. He's getting a locked on. Armel gets the blood right out. He gets the heal as well with the blood rage. Armel, can he keep himself alive? No, the bash is there. Armel will fall. Buys back immediately. Tims goes for the nail to 458. Linkers will pop it. Grease pops as well. By Decay is going to keep them full health. Raven getting locked down. Raven bashed up by the PL. Raven's gone. He'll buy back. There's Armel in the midst of it all with the Blade Mail. He's now getting bashed by In Your Dream. They'll try and force him away. Armel trying to run himself out. They're pretty low, so he's got a lot of movement speed. He can run, but he can't hide. If the illusions chase him down, In Your Dream, he'll fall though. Potentially, is he still alive? No, he's going to stay alive. Ultra kill. In Your Dream finally goes down, but he'll buy back. Armel with the boosted speed. He's ready to chase. Looking towards 1437. He's got the Blade Man out. Take 1437 out. Now turns towards K. The static link. The net. The TP cancel. K held down. TNC Predator. They'll find him. They keep the middle racks alive, and they do push Tigers back. They won't let this game slip away quite yet, Predator.
How many buybacks? Cost them 2. They're 2 big cores. In Your Dream buys back to make sure that they can secure that Roche. This will be the refresher shard. Can Predator make it out there in time? It doesn't look likely. Tims does have song available.
It's too far. It's far too far for them to get to, surely.
He's trying to sneak his way in. He's got the song.
He can't make it there. Or maybe he can. Tims, the song.
800 HP.
Raven and Armel, they're in. Can they really do it? Predator, can they steal the road? They're in. They'll get the kill. They get the Aegis onto Tims, but can they take the fight? The buyback immediately coming out in the Death Prophet. 4037 decides trying to throw the curtain. Raven getting pulled down very low here as he tries to get himself away and has a bit for the cheese. He got it. Raven back up to full. Zephyr, he's fallen. In Your Dream, silence. In Your Dream, coming in with the silence. That's going to be the PL down for 2 minutes without buyback. TNC Predator. Tims with the best song the Predators ever heard. Coming into the pit and keeping their TI-8 dreams alive against the Tigers.
Who got the shard?
In Your Dream is down for 100 seconds.
Did you see who got the shard in that fight? I could not tell amongst all the chaos. I know they got Aegis and cheese though, and that's what mattered.
I mean, Raven getting the cheese as well. He did not have buyback. He falls there, they lose.
I mean, In Your Dream had just used buyback to go for that. And now he's dead. Oh my goodness.
We're going to see a bit of a replay, but at the same time, the push could get a bit hairy as well. Predator. They're moving up to the high ground. Meteor Hammer's well ready for the push.
Tim spent all his gold. He went back to base, bought Boots and Troubles and the Meteor Hammer for this push.
Tims, the man of the moment here for TNC.
God.
Radiant's
Tims,
middle tower.
he wants that TI-8 position
Radiant's
ever
middle
so
tower
bad.
is under
A play that looked to be impossible may just be enough to keep them in the game, Predator.
I can't believe this is happening.
As they get the mid racks, the top racks as well will fall till 40 very excruciatingly painful seconds for Tigers to go through without their Phantom Lancer.
They're going to continue.
Sets of racks.
They get the roar.
Jump, looking for K. Zephyr's there with the snowball save. They have to fight without that PL. The global comes out, but 458. He's taking so much damage. He'll use up. The GA's out, buying some time for Tigers. Arna keeps his distance. 458 with the siphon onto Tims, but they kite them out. Tims turns with the net. As the GA and the Ghost used, they'll keep the game going, but indeed, they've got a TP back. They've got a creep problem. Predator. If they will get out, Zephyr. Looking to catch out Cuckoo on the escape. He goes for the DP. Will they get the cancel in time? They want.
There's no use.
They don't have the Yules back up.
It was still on cooldown for like a quarter of a second.
But the PL's back in the game.
Just look at the graphs. That dictates enough of what we just saw in this game. 16,000 gold swing, experience even more so.
And you've got to remember, they haven't quite been mega creep. There is TNC Predator. They do still have the melee racks middle. And it's pretty much regen back up to full. The state of the game on the side of TNC Tigers, they've got the full set of racks down bottom. But it's now only a 5k lead. Tigers had a massively... Again, Tim's getting to the pit with that song, a siren. That
I mean, them getting everything, too. I still didn't see who got the pressure shard. I think someone used it instantly or killed it. I'm assuming TNC got it because they got the Aegis, they got the cheese, used it at perfect scenarios. Look at how much they got out of that. It was a Maelstrom on Razor before all that happened. Now a full Mjolnir and a full Heart. Same thing for Armel.
And of course it would happen in this game. The game that stands between both of these teams making it to TI8. That trip to Vancouver resting on the performance of these 10 players here in this final game at the end of a very long stint here in the SEA regional qualifiers, especially for Tigers. They coming through the opens.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I cannot believe what I was just seeing, actually. We have about 3 minutes for majority of the buybacks, but we have 4:17 on Death Prophet as well as Tusk. So we got to keep eyes on these buybacks for these next upcoming plays. As now, what seemed like a very formidable force that Tigers had, now all these items being distributed on this Bloodseeker and this Razor, they are really damn scary as well. They have the tools to bring down the PL.
I mean, the fact that they've been able to win those fights whilst they've been that behind, it makes it very scary for Tigers now, because now they're playing on pretty much a close to even playing ground at 50 minutes in.
Absolutely.
So if you can't win all the fights whilst you're ahead, you know, what sort of hope do you stand to have a chance in if they're now itemized against you? But they're smoking in.
It's backdoor protection
Predator's
still. The creep wave is getting counter pushed though. Oh, they've got the melee. They've got the melee racks in the mid lane for TNC Predator, so they actually won't be able to get up, but they do get a ward down for vision. How close are these 25s coming out? Nobody in the game still. That is very rare. 50 minutes, nobody is level 25. We're about to have 3 of them pretty much hitting at the same time, though.
How's the buyback status looking?
Starting to come back up very soon. About a minute for a couple of them. 3 minutes the longest.
Yeah, Tim's he's preparing to chill out and push out some waves. He's getting the Radiance online.
He queued that up when they were losing a very long time ago. And then he bought the Boots of Travel, and then he bought the Meteor Hammer too, because they've already got Radiance on the Bloodseeker, right?
Oh, so that is like, true. I mean, it's obviously nice.
He might buy it to split push
the multiple lanes out. Yeah.
I think he could go for I think like Aghanims or something to reset and full heal. Could also be a really strong option if he wants to go for something like that. We'll see what this man decides, since he is the one who has saved this game for his team.
He absolutely has. Tim's. Can't spell Tim's without TI.
This is absolutely true.
I'm getting some 25s now. The Blood Bright cooldown for Armel. For the attack speed, of course, for Raven.
It's going to help Raven a lot.
In your dream, he took the Doppelganger cooldown rather than the damage talent. The critical strike this game. Do you like that decision?
I think people are pretty torn between that talent.
Yeah.
It's like, do we have enough damage? Yes, I go Doppelganger to survive.
Okay.
Do we not have enough damage? I take Critical Strike. Their damage does not seem to be so much the problem in these fights. It could become now, though, because we haven't really seen a proper engagement since that big swing around.
And what a swing around is. It's starting to sell. Just 3k lead that Tigers have after being close to about a 20,000 net worth advantage. And absolutely one of those swings that's very exciting to see as well, because I don't think you call that swing a throw. That was just a play from Tim's and the team. But how do you react to that sort of that play? Coming in like that, can they really expect a Nagasaran to be able to waltz in whilst their whole team? It's a hard play to arena, a hard play to play around.
I mean, you saw the way he did it too. He sent one illusion up top, then he sent another one down south, then he walked with his hero and another illusion down toward the middle. they had used their PL buyback to go for that Roche. So that was Predator just being like, we need to contest this Roche because then we can waste the PL buyback. And they did so perfectly. They're all positioned on the high ground here. I buybacks are pretty much almost all back. Death Prophet and Tusk being the two without. And Bloodseeker actually short a bit of gold here. Armel.
Okay.
600 more for him.
Not too much. They get one in the one kill in the fight before he goes down, and he'll have buyback.
Is that, do I see that right? Is that two Obs Wards placed in the same exact position by TNC Tigers? It looks like it, right?
Yeah, they're pinging it out now.
Speed the day when revenge has been requited.
Your soul!
Thank you, my beauties.
The time!
Loaded to the gills.
All right, sparring is done. We fight for peace this time.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Invisibility. Double damage.
Dire are scanning. Radiant's courier has been killed.
Is a great conductor.
It looks like Predator won some kind of fight. They have a lot
Yep.
more net worth. They got the... Did they take another rush? Not yet. Okay. It looks like Predator won. Oh my god, that was a...
Right,
I was just screaming, by the way,
Predator,
guys. You guys
Predator
don't know
won
this.
another team fight. Predator
So I see buybacks. Let's look at buybacks. Omni bought back, Death Prophet bought back, PL bought back. Pretty much all of Tiger bought back while Predator has everything available. So it looks like Predator stomped the last team fight. And I see double wards in the mid lane. So I guess what happened was Tigers was trying to force high ground. And they got completely pushed out and lost a huge fight. I can...
Yeah, don't worry. We'll be sending out angry tweets to our internet service provider where you can just
be angry. Be
God
frustrated.
damn it, Dutch internet.
And it was Tim's did buy Radiance, by the way, so. But it does look like they held a very very good high ground as they have pretty much all their buybacks available and Tiger has none. And, I mean, Cuckoo used his, but... Roche is back up now, too. So Aegis, Cheese, Refresher, Shard, TNC. They're forcing out all the lanes. This is the beauty of having that Naga Siren with the Radiance.
And there we go, jump forward. They get the roar, bam. That's going to be 14:37 going for 75 seconds.
He is one of the ones with buyback, but this is going to give him the option to go for that Roche. And they've got the level 25 Naga as well. So that minus 11 Riptide armor is going to speed it up quite a lot. Full butterfly as well on Raven. He has hit critical mass.
Look at this attack speed. Zip, zap, zippity, zoop, zoop. And now with the smoke up, they're looking to fight around the pit potential Tigers, but can they get there in time? Roshan's falling very quickly into Scott. 40-37 fights back, but Arma's already got the Aegis.
Uh-oh, they used the Death Prophet ulti
They have. 458 popped it outside of the pit.
TNC's just going to back up, wait 30 seconds, look to re-engage right after. This is going to be their time to go for that GG push. Who's got what? Aegis on Bloodseeker. I'm assuming Refresher Shard is on Sam H. It is. Who's that Cheese? Did I just click on it? Am I blind? Cheese is also on Sam H.
It's on Sam H. In the backpack. It's got it in the backpack.
Got the double
ready to
roar.
boot.
He's gone for the Vlad's item too, so he's just auras now at this point. Aurora and Aura. There's that Beastmaster. And Tim's is absolutely massive now too. Can buy a Manta if he wants to, but he's got all the items he needs for now.
There we have it with the smoke.
The gold swing is absurd. It was 20k lead for Tigers at one point. Now it is a 15k lead for Predators. A 35k gold lead swing so far. Sam H. Trying to sneak his way in. There is an Obs and Sentry already placed down ready at the mid lane.
There we go. Let's see what they can achieve here in this bottom lane. TNC. As the final set of racks here stands.
They've got they've got every lane pushing in now for their favor.
They're ready to go, look like. These are the creeps. How can Tigers hold?
They have to watch out for the siege creeps. They're starting to focus them down with the illusions. The siege starting to hit the tower here. One hit, two. Tower drops down to 90. Predator will back up for now. While they allow Tims to run around and collect bounty runes for the team, just to make sure that they stay even more ahead in net worth. And he's going to push out that top lane with some illusions. He can even boost the travel back down to join his team right afterwards.
Just waiting for the opportune time to push.
Picking up his full Manta as well on this Naga Siren while he's running around the map.
They know that they've got the sizable advantage now against Tigers lineup. They just have to make sure they don't screw it up.
Absolutely.
Tier 3 tower taken. The last set of racks exposed. TNC Predator. Standing behind Raven. On the front lines.
They've got double Guardian Angel now on the side of KYXY. At 20 seconds of Scepter immunity.
Quick limit. Now Lotus onto Raven to remove the curse. That's the Manta out and done. So Tims can, as you say, easily keep these side lanes pressured in whilst TNC Predator look to break into the bottom of the base.
He walks in toward mid, sends the illusions at the mid creep wave as well as that top one. They've got all the momentum now. The buyback's still on cooldown for a bit. Death Prophets is back up. And while we were gone, it looks like there was also an Orchid picked up on the Phantomizer, so he's going for the Bloodthorn. So you can go through that butterfly and all that evasion that is coming out on the side of TNC. Death Prophet ulti.
Go. Ready to pop. And they will look towards Raven. Raven still alive for now. To Sims with the song. Keeping Raven safe. Disengaging whilst the ult's being popped by 458. They've found half of the bottom racks.
Looks like they're going to check out those runes. Armel. Going to be very happy to pick up a regen rune. Restore that mana that he's missing.
63 minutes into this game. Game that at one point looked considerably in favor of Tigers.
Getting the damage stolen off the illusion here. Raven preparing to go in. These illusions, though, the doppel spam by In Your Dream, incredibly frustrating. Just throwing these illusions, trying to burn the mana out of TNC's heroes. But they're prepared for this. They've got mangoes. They've got clarities in their backpacks.
When will they make the move?
Look at the non-stop doppel. So over and over and
It's
over.
a lot of illusions. A lot of illusions to deal with.
Oh, looks like it's time to go collect the bounties again. They're going to back up. Tim's is going to port top to get those 2 bounties, and the rest of his team will go bottom to collect them. They've kept Tigers inside their base, but Tigers, they've waited long enough for now their exorcism to be back online.
Is there anything that Tigers can necessarily build or buy to sort of
Radiant's
allow
top
them
shrine
to get that jump and sort of break away Predator? Because at the moment it seems like any fight the Predator bring, it's going to be almost impossible for Tigers to take.
You know, we were talking about how like he went for the doppel thing so that he can keep the fights going because they didn't have damage problems at that time. But as soon as that whole Roshan thing happened, now they don't really have the damage to pierce through these heroes.
Radiant's top shrine.
They have to try to bring down Tim's, but Tim's is enormous. A full Octarine, Lotus Orb. He's got 37 armor. He's got ways to split out of all that. Their little bit of disable that they do have. Constantly throwing those illusions. It seems very hard now. What we were saying before, it seemed like Predator had a hard time dealing with the back lines. Now it's the role has been reversed. Maybe during 20 seconds of Guardian Angel, they can have something happen, but it does seem incredibly difficult versus all these buybacks too. It's like if you do win a fight, then they're all just going to buy back and look to try to re-engage. And they definitely have more money than you do at this point in the game from the map control and from the last few fights. Global concussive. Flying out across screen, gonna hit Zephyr top. Give him that information constantly of where heroes are positioned. And they're just farming up a little bit here. I mean, 8,000, 9,000 gold on Bloodseeker, 8,000 on Razor, 6,000 on Beastmaster. They're all just getting crazy rich. Controlling the map entirely, claiming those runes, waiting for that next Rosh, which we'll be finding out in about 5 seconds.
No need to make too brash movements in a game this important for both teams. Especially if you have the advantage. Bloodthorn finished on In Your Dream. And there's many things to sort of allow Predator to remove that from themselves and one another.
They still haven't even purchased any moon shards. They are holding their gold. 7,300 on the Razor, 10,000 on Armel. He might replace the Blade Mail. I think that's probably replace the Blade
sure,
Mail.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, absolutely. How's the buybacks looking? It's pretty much
I think everybody's back.
everybody's back.
Yep. There's just like
just a little
70
bit of
gold short on Naga, 140 DP, 800 to Omni.
So the clashes are suddenly going to kick off pretty big. Sam H. She's there for Zephyr, goes towards him. They do get the net back onto himself. Sam H jumps forward. They've got him in the blood right. They've caught out the tusk.
They want more. Got the Hawk.
Does have buyback, of course, Zephyr.
And they force the buy.
How's 1437's in looking at the moment?
He's 38.
He's 38.
He went for the GPM over that intelligence. So he got like 24 of it during like kind of the laning phase, right? So
Yes. I mean, yeah, we very rarely see. I feel at least in the pro game, the silencers they don't tend to take the +4, do they? They tend to-
we don't see too much on there.
Exactly. I mean, exactly. Yeah.
Dice are scanning.
Creeps are hitting the base.
They are going into
Tigers.
the pit. Tigers.
It's scanned out though. Predator knows. They're looking to wrap this around. They've got a smoke too for positioning.
See, Predator trying to get into prime position. They are going fully in on Roach, and it's taking quite a time to beat down 458 in the middle of the pit. He's got the backup with the GA Raven, plus the BKB, and look to move in. K jumps forward as well, slides himself back out of the pit. 458 with the siphons, forcing TNC Predator to the side. In Your Dream, spamming the doppelganger, causing chaos with the illusions. They get the silence out to Armel, removes it straight away with the BKB. There's the second GA. Tigers continuing to push Predator back away from the pit. As they look towards Tim's. Tim's turns, looks for the net, but again, this doppelganger from In Your Dream, just allowing him to jump consistently around the fights. It's a little too much for them to handle. Samage puts the BKB. Bloodbright will not clip onto them. The Samage turns towards 458. Can he get the kill? The Snowball save was attempted, but 458 walks away from Zephyr. So he can't get into Snowball. They've lost 458. They've lost 4037. They'll buy back. That's going to cost them 1895.
He used the exorcism, the second exorcism, right before he died as well. So they don't have exorcism.
And they don't have Tusk.
2 minutes. They don't have Tusk. That was their double Guardian Angel fight, and they weren't able to kill anybody.
Having to hold without their ults and without a key part of their team in terms of saving. As Predator take another Roshan.
They just weren't able to focus fire any of these heroes now at this point. They're all too tanky. Even during 20 seconds of immunity, they couldn't bring a single target down. They didn't even kill Cuckoo, huh?
Didn't get a single one.
Ooh. And now the bounty runes get claimed. We see this. I mean, the gold lead's just going to keep climbing if they get this much map control and all these successful fights.
1,000 net worth lead.
Yes.
How long? I mean, they've got 75 seconds on Guardian Angel, 75 seconds on Exorcism, and when they had 2 of those each, they couldn't take the fight. How are they going to do it into Aegis Cheese Refresher Shard?
It seems almost impossible for Tigers. As Predator. The original TNC ready to try and push in on the bottom. They've got all the fruits of Roshan. And getting dropped. The fortification comes out. Dream trying to move in there. Looking down onto Raven. Raven gets the BKB out. The doppelganger to dodge the Bloodbright. They're the team out to the side for the racks. They're suffering. The racks they've got. Predator, they've found the Mega Creeps. 10 seconds until the Tusk is back. And Tigers will at least have their full lineup. They've got the Global Silence. How long are we looking on GA and Exorcism? Are they coming up?
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
But they've lost the racks. And TNC's in their base with this Aegis, with the cheese, with the Refresher Shard.
Still in Your Dream is quite a nuisance to push against. This doppelganger talent selection certainly showing its power in this game. In the way that it's just beating down, keeping the mana low. They get the lockdown onto Raven, jump forward to Silence as well, but there's the Lotus Orb to purge. Raven's falling low though. He's getting focused and the Razor's gone once. They're taking the Aegis out of Razor's hands. And they do it again a second time. They back up to the high ground of the base. And they'll wait out, wait for the push to come in. They have lost one of their tier 4 towers. Exorcism up, as well as the G8. 4037. Heal on the mana, will have to back up in order to get the Global Silence available. Samage just picked up an AC to help to the push and buff up his teammates. And Aghanim's will be queued up by Zephyr. Still a long way to go, but we've all seen it. A clutch fountain kick at this stage of the game could do it.
They're going to need a couple, because that whole Dire lineup has buyback. Except for Cuckoo. But he's close. And Cuckoo's actually acquired items finally out of this. Aghanim's Veil. I mean, the rest, they're all just, they have so much gold. Raven, 10,000. Armel, 10,000. Tim's just bought a full heart. He still has 4,000. They have got double GA now. They have double GA available. And I believe double Exorcism as well.
There we go. To move in Raven. Closing on the tier 4s. Let's get used up. Cheat on his hand. Jumping in straight away, but the Bloodbright's down. And Dream has to separate himself, and will be able to do so. Then we go back in with the illusions onto Raven, just taking that mana away from him. Zephyr getting pretty low. To the creeps. Raven down to pretty much half health as Dream looks to move forward. But Samage, he's going to be the one to jump in with the BKB. Looking to commit with the snowball saves there. Keeping the save from the Bloodbright. They turn towards Raven. Raven's got the Lotus Orb and the BKB on him at the moment. But there's the Global Silence from 4037. Dream jumps in, looks towards Cuckoo, takes Cuckoo out. That's going to be Cuckoo down for 2 minutes. Dream can get any more out of this. He's falling pretty low again with the doppelganger. Looking towards Tim's Lotus Orb up on himself. Another doppelganger from Dream. Goes up to the high ground, but he's dead. He has buyback. Looking to get back in the snowball. Keeping Zephyr safe for now. Gets the blink away as well from Armel. We keep the game going, but that has been a buyback from In Your Dream.
That was their double Guardian Angel again, and all they can get is Cuckoo. They got an Aegis too, but they're struggling to keep out the pressure of these creeps.
Taking them back at that tier 4. We get it, Sam H. Jones in, they get the stun immediately, and that's going to be the silence of God. No buyback from 1437. Snowball down again, look towards Sam H, but Sam H with the BKB stands his grab 458. Up into the sky with the York trying to keep himself alive, but he's dead. 458's gone for 2 minutes, 1437's gone, they've lost a third.
And they call
GG
it.
well played is called as TNC Predator will go to TI8.
Oh, my Armel looks like he just broke his keyboard, I believe, with excitement.
He slammed his face down, his hands down. He jumped on the keyboard. He kicked it out the window. He kicked it out the country with the power, the force that this man has. After winning this game, TNC Predator. They can't quite believe it. In a game that it looked like they had lost, they swing it back. And Tim's, you got to give it to Tim's.
The sleep around the sleep into the pit. That was, there's no way that anybody else can be even voted for MVP by any means, no matter how good any of the plays were, because that is literally what just got them back in the game entirely. It was a 20k gold lead for Tiger, 57k gold lead for Predator. Claimed the Aegis, they claimed the Chiefs, just,
My goodness.
damn.
That's it. You can't spell Tim's without TI. He did it.